Hey guys, I'm back. I got so excited in the last application that we were able to add notes that I forgot to program the remove note button. So we'll do that real quick here before we move on to making our app store persistent data instead of just data that's only available while the app is running. So I'll pull this off to the side for a minute, and we are going to use our list picker. So with a list picker, you have to populate the list of what's being stored. So we're going to pull out two blocks. One is a before picking block, and then another is after you pick from the list. So on our before picking, we need to populate the list with the elements of our global notes. So we're going to pull out a setter, and we're going to set our LST remove button elements, the elements that will populate the list to select from, to our global notes. Oops, I just missed that there. All right, so now the list has something to populate with. And then after we pick it, so I'll show you now if I come over here and I click remove note, there I have some options. Now after picking, we haven't done anything yet. So let's do our after picking piece of this. All right, so let's first, if I choose one of the items after from the list, after I pick it, the list picker will close and we need to remove from our notes. So I'm going to go to our lists and I'm going to remove an item from the list. Well, which item am I going to remove from the list, and which list am I removing from? Well, I've only got one list, so that's easy. And which item am I going to remove? Well, the one that was selected. So I'm going to refer to the list picker element, and I'm going to grab its selection index property. So I'm looking for a selected index property. There it is. And whichever index was selected is the index that I want to remove. And then I'm going to want to output the list. So let's just duplicate this item and show that the list has changed. And then I need to take care of making sure that this remove note button is disabled if the list is empty. So, for example, if I click to remove a note and I click pet the dog, it's gone. If I click to remove a note, it's gone. If I click to remove a note, take a walk outside, now if I click to remove a note, it's going to have a problem. So we're going to just fix that problem very briefly. First of all, we need to go back up to our add note procedure, our click procedure, and we want to make sure that originally when the screen initialized, the button was false. And at least if there's a note, if we've added a note to the screen, we can go ahead and set it to be true. So I'm going to duplicate that, pop it over here, and I'm going to change that to true. And the only other thing I need to do down in my after picking is to do, if my list happens to be empty, then I just want to also make this enabled to be false. So I'm just pulling one of these off for a minute, and I'm going to go check to see if the list is empty. So I'll pull out an if statement, and I'll say if my list is empty. Which list? Well, my global notes list. And if it's empty, then I will go ahead and set this removed button to be false. And now I'm just going to test that in the emulator by adding a few notes. I'll go back and make dinner. I'm actually making dinner now, but between videos, I'll add that note, okay? And I'll add another note, walk the dog. And I'll add that note. And then I will try to remove a note. Remove note. Dinner's made. Remove note. Walk the dog. And notice that our button is now disabled, which is perfect because it's a nice air check. All right, so in our next video, you will learn how to store data persistently on the device that you're using so that if you were to reopen the app with just this piece of data for mow the lawn, that data would be stored between runs of the app, kind of like the Notes app on your current mobile device. All right, I'll see you in the next video.